everybody. Today we will be doing a hip opening flow. This is a great class for anybody who's feeling tight in the hips and needs some release, or if you're working towards more hip flexibility. This is also a great class if you're looking to tap into your creativity and self-expression. Hip openers are associated with our sacral chakra, which is our chakra of creativity. This is a vinyasa flow, so we will be doing sun salutations and a handful of vinyasas. You can always feel free to skip them and go right back to downward facing dog. Or if you'd like more experience with sun salutations and vinyasas, go ahead and check out my video, Sun Salutations, where I break down each posture and help guide in finding the breath to movement flow. All right, with that said, I always recommend having some blocks around for support. If you can grab those, or maybe find like a thick book, or maybe a rolled up blanket also works. And we will actually use these in our first posture. We're going to come on down to our backs. There's a giant spider right there. Okay, we're going to come on down to our backs, bringing the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to fall out. Now you can stay in this unsupported supine butterfly, or if it feels a little too intense right away, go ahead and place your blocks underneath your knees for supported supine butterfly. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. And begin to come into your breath. Your breath will help guide each movement today. Breathe into the space in your hips. Two more breaths here. Feeling a deep inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go ahead and support your legs up so that your knees touch. And we can set our blocks aside. All right, let's straighten our legs out long. Inhale here, right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around your shin and begin to gently draw your knee towards your shoulder, creating a compression in the front of the hip. Great, now release your hands. Stamp your foot up towards the sky. Using your right hand, grab behind the thigh and begin to just gently draw your leg down towards your side for a half happy baby. Inhale, extend your legs straight. And as you exhale, slowly lower the leg to the ground, beginning to activate our core. Great. Inhale your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around your shin. And draw your knee into your armpit. Release your hands. Stamp your left foot up towards the ceiling. Use your left hand to begin to draw the left thigh towards your side body. Half happy baby. Just starting to create the space in the hips. Inhale, extend your left leg straight up to the sky. Exhale, slowly lower. Engage the core. Great. And just let that settle. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. You can rock side to side. Allow yourself to fall over to one side. And just allow yourself to be picked up. And we will come on to our sit bones. We're going to find a 90-90 stretch. So we'll start with our right leg in front of us, and we're going to create this 90-degree angle with our right leg. Our left leg comes directly to the side of us and also can create a 90-degree angle. It doesn't have to be exactly a 90-degree angle, whatever feels comfortable in your body. For example, I like my foot to come in a little bit more. Once you find the leg situation that works for you, bring your fingertips in front of your right leg. On our inhale, let's expand our chest forward, draw your shoulders back, maybe a slight arch in your spine. And on the exhale, we're doming the spine, broaden the shoulders, chin to chest. Good. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Find a neutral spine. Let's bring our hands behind us. We're going to lift our knees up through center and come on over to the other side. 90-90 stretch with the left leg in front. Once again, you can find the angle that works for you. Let's bring our fingertips in front of our left leg. As we inhale, reach the heart forward, shoulders draw back. Exhale, dome the spine, broaden through the shoulder blades. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. One more time. Forward on the inhale. Exhale, back. Let's find a neutral spine. Once again, let's bring our hands behind us and we'll lift up and set them down over here. And let's go one more time back to the other side. And back to the front of our mats. All right. In any way you feel comfortable, go ahead and find yourself into a tabletop position. All fours, stacking your shoulders on top of your wrists, your hips on top of your knees. Engage the core by knitting the ribs in towards the midline. We'll flow through some cat and cows. Inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, gaze lifts up. Exhale, dome the spine, shoulders broaden. So we're doing that same movement we just did. Inhale, look up, tailbone lifts up. Exhale, round. Chin to your chest. One more time. Inhale, warming up the spine. And exhale, round. Inhale, find a neutral spine. Bring your knees as wide as your mat, toes to touch, and let's sit back into a child's pose. Reach your arms forward, relax your forehead onto the mat. We can begin to connect to our Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, we constrict our breath at the back of the throat. Exhale, constrict the breath at the back of the throat. The breath becomes quietly audible, like the waves of the ocean. On your next inhale, lift back up into a tabletop position. And now let's step our feet back to come into our first plank. All right, in our plank, we are pressing through the palms, broadening through the shoulder blades, pressing into the heels. Engage the core by drawing the ribs in towards the midline as you lift the belly button up towards the back. Great. Now inhale, shift slightly forward, and as slowly as your exhale, lower all the way to the mat, elbows in towards your body. Untuck your toes, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Engage the legs so much so that the knees come off of the mat. Elbows draw in towards the midline of the body. Shoulders rest down the back. Inhale, lift your head and your chest, low cobra. Exhale, lower, forehead to the mat. One more time. Inhale, lift the head and the chest a little bit higher. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes. Inhale through tabletop. And on your exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and walk out our dog. Bend deeply into one knee. Bend deeply into the other knee. You can allow your hips to sway from side to side. Get into the side body. Feels pretty nice. All right, let's settle into our downward facing dog by pressing through our palms. Extending through the shoulders, allow the biceps to pull away from your ears. Tailbone reaches towards the sky. Heels fall towards the mat. Inhale, gaze towards your hands. And let's walk to our hands. And bend your knees and allow your chest to come onto your thighs. Head is heavy. You can grab opposite elbows. Release your hands. Inhale, slowly slowly roll your way all the way up. Rolling one vertebrae after the other. Head comes up last. And take a nice shoulder roll up and back. And we'll find stillness in mountain pose. You can leave your feet at hip distance, or you can bring them together, whichever way you feel more supported. Ground down through all four corners of your feet. Allow the energy from the earth to come up through the legs. Legs are active. Core is engaged. Heart lifts up slightly. Shoulders roll down your back. Hands shine forward. Grow tall through the crown of your head. Reside in the vertical stillness of your being. Here you can set your intention for today's hip opening class. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Consciously set an intention that you will take with you through this next flow. Let's take one deep inhale together. And an exhale. All right. Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale with the flat back, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, extend through the crown of your head. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Legs are off of the mat. Shine your heart forward. Exhale, press your hips back. Downward facing dog. On your inhale, look towards the top of the mat. Step or walk to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, rise up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up tall. Extended mountain. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, create an L shape with your body. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk, step, float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Crown shines forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, we should be feeling warm, maybe breaking a little sweat. Let's continue to add on. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back and lower all the way down. Sorry, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step it in between your palms. Release the left knee to the mat, untug the toes. Begin to draw your left hip forward. Opening up the hip flexor. All right, now engage the core. Press through our foot. On our inhale, we're going to lift our hands up. Our chest comes up. Low lunge. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up high. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Release the right knee to the mat. Untuck the toes. Begin to draw that right hip forward, creating space. All right, now engage the core, press down into the left foot. On your inhale, reach your arms up. Settle in on the exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll stay in downward dog for a few breaths. You also can come on down to a child's pose. All right, let's meet back in downward facing dog. We'll continue on. Inhale, lift the right leg up, and as you exhale, open the hip towards the right side, bend the right knee. Bring the right foot towards the glute as the right knee extends up towards the sky. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Keep the left knee up this time. We're going to inhale to a crescent lunge. Exhale, settle into the lunge. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, open to a warrior two. All right, in our warrior two, our thigh is externally rotating so that the knee is being pulled towards the pinky. You can see your big toe over your knee. Arms are extending strong. On the next inhale, straighten the leg, reach your arms up. Exhale into the warrior two. Inhale, straighten, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your left palm onto the inside of your right foot. Inhale, your right arm reaches up. Low lunge twist, and breathe. Release your right arm to the mat. Step back into your plank, vinyasa, or you can just go into a downward dog. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, open the hip, bend the knee. Left heel comes towards your glute as the knee extends towards the sky. Inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, crescent lunge. Knee is stacked above the ankle. We're on the ball mound of our right foot. Hands can be apart. You can bring them together, whichever is comfortable for you. Take a deep inhale in this posture. Exhale, open up to your warrior two. Your back leg is straight, and the knife edge of the right foot is on the mat. All right, inhale, straighten the leg, arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, up. Exhale, settle into your warrior two. We're opening up this left hip. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, reach your left arm up towards the sky. Low lunge twist. Release your left palm, Step back to a plank. On your exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, inhale your right leg. Exhale, scorpion pose. Open the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. We'll release the back foot. Inhale, back up to our low lunge. Exhale, let's bring your hands to the heart. So we're feeling this deep stretch in the hip flexor, the left hip. All right, now let's release our hands to the mat. We'll toe heel our right foot to the outer edge of our mat. Both hands are down the inside of our right foot, and let's release that left hip flexor down towards the mat, coming into lizard pose. You can stay here, or you can walk down onto your forearms. This is a nice place to use a block, which I am going to do because I'm a little bit tight in these hips here, huh? You feel the extension of the left hip flexor, some compression in the right hip. Allow yourself to feel these sensations. All right. If you came onto your forearms, let's go ahead and walk back up onto our hands. Move your block over to the side. Toe heel your foot back to the center of the mat. Hands are framing the right foot. We're going to lift our left foot up and bring it to the side of our mat. You can grab a block and place it on the inside of your right foot, or you can just place your hand right on the mat on the inside of your right foot. All right, your hips now start to face the left side of the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Modified side angle. Use your right arm to press into the right leg, opening up the right hip. Gaze is up towards the sky or neutral, whatever feels better on your neck. All right, let's release the left hand towards the mat. Left foot extends back behind you. Place the block on the side of the mat. We'll step back into a plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale. And then exhale. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, open up, bend the knee, scorpion pose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot in between the palms. Release the right knee to the mat, untuck the toes. Inhale, low lunge, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Settle into low lunge. Allow space to be created in that hip flexor. Release your hands to the mat. Toe heel your left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Begin to sink into the hips. You can stay on your hands. Come onto your forearms. Come onto your forearms, onto a block.
Allow yourself to move into your hips, feeling the sensations, breathing into the sensations. All right, let's go ahead and return to our palms. Toe, heel, the left foot back to the center of the mat in between your two hands. All right, we'll lift up the right foot, bring it over to the side, kickstand it. Place your left palm on the inside of your left foot or on a block. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Gaze towards your hand or neutral. Use your left arm to open up the left hip. And breathe. Release your right hand to the mat. Release your right leg back behind you. Remove the block. Tuck the toes, step back to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look at your palms. Exhale, walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll rest here for a few breaths. Bend your knees as much as you'd like. Allow your head to be heavy. Inhale, root to rise up with a strong spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go ahead and step our left foot back and bring our feet to face the long edge of our mat. Your toes are going to be pointing out, heels are in. Let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, sink into a goddess pose. Elbows come down by your side. All right, inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink into goddess. Release your hands onto your inner thighs. Allow your right shoulder to fall in towards the center as you look up and over your left shoulder. Come through center and release your left shoulder down. Look up and over your right shoulder. Back through center. All right, now engage your core. Press through your feet. Inhale, hands to heart. Stay in goddess. Exhale, sink a little bit more. Inhale, reach up. Straighten your legs. Exhale your hands out to a T. Parallel your feet so your toes are facing forward. All right, inhale, open your heart. And with an exhale, fold forward with a flat back, as low as you can go. And then release your hands to the mat. Head hangs heavy. Wide legged forward fold. You can keep your hands right below your face, or you can walk them behind you, or you can grab onto the outer edges of your feet. Bring your hands back underneath your face. Inhale. Find a halfway lift, a straight spine. Now we're going to bend into our left leg to find Skandasana. You can stop right here if you know that going any further is going to hurt your knee. Or you can continue to go all the way so that your glutes come to your heel. It's okay if your heel lifts up. For example, I don't have very mobile ankles, so my heel comes up. No problem, we'll just keep working on that flexibility and mobility. Use your left arm to open up your left knee by bringing it at a diagonal. Right arm can come to your heart, or you can extend it up at a diagonal. Bring your hands back onto the floor. We're going to push back up through center. And on an exhale, slowly lower into the right leg, finding our skandasana on the right side. Your right arm comes out to a diagonal, using it to open up the right hip. Left arm comes to heart, or open it up at a diagonal. And breathe. Release your hands to the mat. Inhale, bring yourself back up to the center. We're finding a halfway lift here. Exhale, fold forward. Release everything we just did. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Now engage your core. Knit the ribs in towards the midline. Belly button towards the back. Bring your hands towards your hips, using your strength to stay right here. On your next inhale, stand all the way up, pressing through your legs. Exhale, settle. You can turn your right foot to the front and step back up into mountain pose. Okay, for our standing series, I'll go ahead and face you. Find stillness in mountain pose. Begin to bring your weight into your right leg. Open your eyes if they were shut. Inhale, reach your arms up as you lift your left leg into a one-legged mountain. Stay here. Find your balance. Use the strength of your right leg. All right, now let's begin to cross our left ankle on our right thigh, right above the knee. And we'll begin to sit into our standing figure four. Bending the right leg as much as you would like. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, mountain. Okay, now bring weight into your left leg. Inhale, reach your arms up as you reach your right leg up, one-legged mountain, and hold. Engaging the core to stay balanced, strong in the left leg. Cross the right ankle over your left thigh above the knee, flexing the foot. Sit down into your left leg. Standing figure four. Inhale, lift up, one-legged mountain. Exhale, mountain pose. Okay, now we'll do tree pose. Bring weight into the right leg. Kickstand your left foot down by your ankle. Now we're using our glute to open up our left hip. So we're using our muscle to create this space, pulling our knee back. You can stay here. You can bring your foot to your ankle, to your calf. or to the thigh. You can use your hand if you want to get up a little bit more. Tuck the pelvis under. So we're creating this opening space as we pull the left knee back. Hands to heart. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can close your eyes for a challenge of balance. All right. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart as you release the left leg. Hands down by your side. All right, let's bring our weight into our left leg. Kickstand our right foot. Open up our knee. Pull it back using our muscles in the glute. You can keep your foot here. You can bring it to your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. I like to use a little help to get it just a little higher. All right, and now tuck that pelvis as you pull the knee backwards. Hands to heart. Find a drishti, point of focus. Inhale, you can reach your arms up. Maybe you close your eyes for a balance challenge. My ankle muscles turn on when I close my eyes. Release your hands back to heart. Release your right leg. Hands down by your side. Mountain pose. All right. I'm just going to go back up here. From mountain, go ahead and walk your feet out to the outer edges of your mat. Toes slightly point out, heels slightly in. We're going to sit down into Malasana, yogi squat. So begin to bend into your legs, releasing your hips down to the mat. Elbows come to the inside of the knees. And they push them out like we've been doing this whole class, right? A lot of like opening up, using our arms. This is a lot on your knees. You can place a block or 2 blocks. You can stack them up underneath and continue to press into your knees. And you can still get that opening right here. Elongate through your spine. Grow tall through the crown of your head. All right, now we're going to go into flying frog. Flying frog is similar to crow, but instead of our knees coming into our armpits, we're going to use our tricep right here as a table for the inside of our knee right here. All right, so keep the triceps on the inside of the knee, press them open. Now place your hands, so it's still glued together right here. Place your hands onto the mat. Begin to bend into your elbows and shift your weight forward. Look at the top of your mat. Now you can maybe lift one foot up, release it down, maybe lift the other foot up, maybe lift both feet up. Oh, and you allow gravity to just open up these hips. And release back. Let's straighten through the legs. Toe heel the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend into the knees. Allow your heels to come up high. Glutes come to the heels. Forehead to your knees. To a tight little ball. And now we'll find our way onto our sit bones. And we're going to go into full frog on the floor. So we'll find our way onto our knees, sitting back on our heels. We won't stay here long, just for the setup. What I like to do to get into full frog is just start walking my knees apart. So I'll walk right knee out a bit. My legs are creating all 90-degree angles. I'll walk it out a bit more. And a bit more. And a bit more. And so I'm kind of using this foot to kind of like pull my knee out as far as it'll go. When that one doesn't want to go any further, I'll use this one to... That's as far as I'm going right now. All right. So my legs are creating a 90-degree angle. You can stay here, or you can walk onto your forearms. It's nice to maybe put a block underneath your head right here to support the neck. I like to press slightly back, just like 1 millimeter, and I feel a little bit more sensation in those inner hips. And now we hold. Focus on your breath. Breathe into the sensations. This can be quite an intense stretch. You may have emotional tension, release. And that's awesome. Just allow it to release. Allow yourself to feel. We have to feel it to heal it. Few more breaths. Allow yourself to come back to the breath if your mind wandered. All right, we'll begin to release. If you were down on your forearms, come back up to your hands. And once again, just kind of the way that we came in is kind of the way we're going to get out. So we're just going to shimmy our knee using our foot, press it back in. It's definitely going to be like some intense sensations right now. No worries, that will pass. Bring your legs together and let's sit back. Allow the posture to just settle. Allow the posture to release. All right. We're going to revisit the 90-90 stretch. So let's go ahead, find that same position that we did. So 90 degrees with the right leg in the front, 90-ish degrees with the left leg coming directly to the side of you. We're going to get into the outer hip after that deep inner hip. Begin to just slightly turn your chest so that it is facing directly over your knee. And once you find your chest directly over your knee, fold down and allow yourself to go as low as your body would like. You can come onto your forearms, allow your head to hang heavy. Let's walk on back up to our palms. All right, now this time when we switch, we're not going to use our hands. Let's bring our hands to our heart. We're going to lift our knees up through center. Let them fall on over to the other side. A little bit of mobility. All right, once again, let's find the 90-ish degrees. Okay, now slightly turn your chest so that it's directly above the knee. And let's lower down until you find a spot that feels good in your body. If you lower down, bring yourself back up to your hands. And we'll go ahead and do one more back to the other side. Hands to your heart. Lift your feet up, your knees up, sorry. And then over to the other side. And now let's lift them up to the center. We'll just come into a cross leg. Take a deep breath. And another deep breath. All right, we made it onto our backs. Let's go ahead, find your way onto your backs. I always like to use a little core. Engage the core. Attempt to go as slowly as you can. Okay. We'll go ahead and do a bridge pose. Bring your heels to your glutes, hands by your side, palms press into the mat. Inhale, press into your feet, lift the hips. Neck is long. A lot of times we'll use our glute muscles to lift our hips up, which is fine if you want to strengthen the glute muscles. If you'd like to get into a deeper back bend, release the glutes. Allow the arch to happen. You can stay here or walk your shoulders underneath your body. Interlace your fingers. Okay, release your hands. Now slowly lower onto your backs. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a squeeze. Plant the soles of your feet onto the mat and bring them as wide as your mat. Allow your knees to now come into the center, coming together. You can stay here, or you can windshield wiper your knees from the left side over to the right side. All right, let's bring our knees over to the left. Lift up your left foot and place it on your right leg, right above the knee. Release the left leg. Bring your knees up through center, over to the right. Lift your right foot up, place it on your left leg, right above the knee. Release the right foot. Bring your knees back to center, feet to hip distance. Let's lift our hips 1 inch off the mat and just bring them over to the left, creating space for a supine twist. Knees come to your chest and allow them to gently fall over to the right. Left arm extends out to a T. Left shoulder is on the mat. Allow your gaze to fall to the left. Close your eyes, slowly breathing down. Inhale, let's bring our knees back up through center. Plant the feet onto the mat. Lift the hips 1 inch. Bring them over to the right. Knees come up. And allow them to gently fall over to the left. Right arm is out at a T. Right arm, right shoulder on the mat. Gaze to the right. Inhale your knees back up to center. Let's wrap our arms around our shins. Give yourself a big squeeze. Pull everything into a little tiny ball. And release your body. Come into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Legs out long, toes open out. Arms out by your sides at a comfortable distance. Allow yourself to get heavy, relaxing every muscle in your body. Allow the energy to assimilate throughout the body, throughout each cell. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you need. Or if you're ready to move on, take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. Bring movement into the fingers, into the toes. Begin to roll your wrists, your ankles. Inhale your arms up and over your head. Nice big stretch. Roll onto whatever side to fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow, placing the palm onto the earth. Feeling gratitude, feeling peace. Press into the palm to help yourself up into a seated position, cross-legged. Let's take a deep inhale and an exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. The light in me bows and honors the light in all of you. Namaste.